right, guys, so we are back for our semi-final match. And this is going to be eLevate versus Pain Gaming, a match that we've seen multiple times before, and eLevate has yet to take them down. We'll see if this is going to be the moment. This is going to be the cup where they can finally pick up a win here. We shall certainly see. Now, I am Brett FX, joined here by Robot. Once again, we'll be your casters for this evening. We hope you have enjoyed the commentary so far. If you have, hit that follow button down below. Make sure you follow ESL's Twitter at ESL Battlefield, as well as our Facebook page, where we'll let you guys know when we go live, as well as when all of our cups are going to be open for signups. Now, we saw an amazing match there, Fit for Fight versus Limited Edition, an upset that I don't think anybody really called out. Limited Edition has been a fairly consistent team making up into the semifinals, whereas today, Fit for Fight really showing up. They've been a team that has really grown into their own over this whole season here, and really showed up for this fourth and final cup, securing their spot in the group stages. So we shall see what comes out of them here later on in the groups. Really excited to see that. Now, on to this match. This is going to be eLevate versus Pain Gaming. This match right here, not as important as we saw before, but definitely going to be interesting. Our first match will be on Siege of Shanghai, and we've already saw some things on Siege. So, Robot, why don't you throw down exactly what we're going to be seeing here, at the very least what we should be seeing here.
What we should be seeing is the blue team getting in and getting the bomb first, and eventually making their way over and planting the C-bomb site, although that is not what we've seen in the past. So, today, even.
Yeah, not as much.
So, you know, anything could happen. Let's just say that we're going to be right for once today. And
are you kidding me? I'm always right. I have never been wrong in my life.
I forgot. You are always right. But we are going to be seeing the recon kit over here on Mystery, like I was talking about earlier today. He does miss out on the shot, though. Onto the guys
yes,
coming
he
mid.
does. All right, so Mystery is going to be set up next to Boxes, and this is ooh, nice headshot there. We'll be able to take down Zig. And this is something that we've talked about before. It's kind of one of those things where it's hit or miss. I mean, you really have to have a good shot. We have a double recon kit set up, as it's going to be Pino on the other side of the map, which, as we were talking about before, Pino, a new acquisition for this Pain Gaming squad. We'll see how he's going to be working out for this team, as Pain actually losing every single one of their players there, or at least every single one of their players getting a death there, just about. Mystery, and now backing up, he's getting pressured, will end up going down. Nice push there onto Street Side, but we do see Buff able to take him down, and Maito will be set up as well, but he ends up getting picked up. So yeah, this is not looking terrible at all for either of these teams. Pretty standard across the board. We do see Classic set up there on top of that ridge. Pino is going to be possibly pushing in onto Street Side. Don't know if he's using recon kit still, and he is. We kind of like to see him maybe switching it up just a little bit, just because he's not going to be able to put that pressure on with his team. But look at this, Zig looking to put some pressure on himself. He is kind of alone here. We'll be able to spot him out. Nice job there from eLevate, able to take him out and hold on to that position. G-Re also going to be pushed up as well in through mid. And we are going to be seeing pretty much just a stalemate once again. No team really getting any kind of advantage whatsoever. Still seeing Pino with that recon kit. He hasn't died or changed it up. Mystery also going with the recon kit as well still. And Psycho now looking to make some kind of a pressure push on Street Side, will end up getting picked up as well. So yeah, again, just over and over and over again, like we said before, it is a very stalemate-y type game.
Yeah, and I like the little recon battle that happened, but yeah, it is just going to be a massive stalemate, especially with those two snipers be able to pin it down at long range. But of course, the G18 able to do a ton of damage up close, so the recons aren't completely useless once you get into close quarter combat.
Yeah, recon kits are definitely not bad. I mean, if you have that G18, you're able to do a massive amount of damage there. Mystery still going to be pushing on up with that kit on Street Side. He's going to be able to do a little bit of damage there, but can't quite connect with that last shot. We are going to be seeing now just overwhelmed three-man push there on top of Street Side. Buff is going to be able to get the call out, but is he going to be in a position here to actually hold on? Only able to take down Zig, so now it's down to a 3-on-3, but it's really coming down to the positioning of these teams. Maito also going to be able to pick up a player onto a Statue. He's actually back behind the Pain squad, so this is a fantastic position for them to be in. And I would have to say that in this particular map, I do favor eLevate. I have seen eLevate play on Siege, and they play this map fairly well.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. And I know most of the Pain guys, and they're probably gonna not like me for saying this, but this is one of their weaker maps, and they admit that. So, so definitely, I would say eLevate have a better chance on this map than most others.
Yeah, Maito doing a great job. We're also going to be seeing Mystery and Buff both picking up players of their own. So that's going to be a full squad wipe going down, as this Pain squad is not really doing much of anything at all. That Seaside will be getting taken out. It's really going to come down to the control that we see coming out. Oh, nice kill there from Zig. How he's able to take down Classic, I do not know. But a two-man push now coming over onto Waterside. I think that we should be seeing that bomb going into the favor here of eLevate. I mean, honestly, just too far away. I don't really think they're going to be able to make it in time. But fantastic hold so far. But if you take a look, Pain, they're making their way all the way up on Waterside. They're all the way over towards mid, and they're going to be continuing on this push more and more and more. They actually could break out here unless we see eLevate being able to get a couple of really good frags back to back.
Yeah, which I'm not seeing happening right now. Mito is able to pick up the one, but actually the frags are coming in for eLevate, so they might be able to break out pretty easily and get a second bomb plant and maybe go 2-0.
You see Revolt set up really nicely. Revolt's probably one of the better fraggers overall in this game. I don't think anybody's really going to argue with that one. Able to take down two players back to back from eLevate squad. Opens it up quite a bit. They should be able to get control of B ledge, which is going to really almost guarantee them that B spot if they can make it over there onto that ledge itself. It does look like they are having a little bit of issues here. Two of the players do go down. Pino not able to do much. Jiri also getting picked up. But Zig, a player that we were talking about before, really coming into his own here on Squad Obliteration. Not doing so bad. He's 9-7 currently. He was able to get that revive there on his teammate. We do see him moving the bomb up on top of that B site. But the rest of his team just not really in a position to do much. Revolts, though, being super sneaky here, avoids anybody spotting him out. And he's going to be able to pick up at least one there on top of B ledge. Unfortunately, the bomb already making its way across the map, as eLevate has managed to steal it right out from underneath their nose. And this is not looking good here for Pain. We might actually be seeing what CST did to Success Key and just get a bomb plant right from the backside and just completely outposition the opponent.
Yeah, and I think that would be smart, but Pain had already spawned in and were able to clean that push up pretty quickly. So good spawns from Pain, getting back to main. Hey, that rhymes. But definitely good spawns, being able to clean it up.
You're a poet and you just don't know it. Oh! Okay, you can tell I'm getting tired now, guys. But anyways, we do see a one-on-one now shaping up. Buff is going to be back up, trying to get the revives from his teammates. Doesn't look like it went his way, but he's going to be using the Rex. Not connecting with any of those shots. Probably going to be Supreme there, using that Buff gamer tag, as he's usually the one using the Rex. But we do see Classic now set up with that Ace 23. And not going to be able to spot anybody just yet. The bomb is just right on the other side of the wall here. Oh, how did he not spot him out right there? As we did see eLevate Maito going around for a huge back rage, which could open it up quite a bit. Now, 2 down for eLevate. Does give an opportunity here for Pain to go ahead and push on up. They're going to be able to make the way up to mid-crate. And possibly even a little further, which it is looking like that's exactly what's going to be the case. Maito coming around the backside will be able to pick up spawn nest. Now, you guys might be wondering, what is the purpose of picking up these players from the backside? Well, if they can pick up as many of these guys, that's going to be basically helping them out in terms of preventing those back rages. They can pretty much swarm up into that B site, no problem. But, oh, Maito does get caught out from behind. And Mystery will be set up as well. He's trying to go in for the incendiary kill. Not fast enough there onto the triggers. Will end up going down. We do have Classic also getting picked up. So we have Pain completely getting a squad wipe there. Psycho going to be coming in from the northern main spawn point. But definitely not a position that they want to be in at all.
No, and like we were saying in the previous match on this map, if you can go into this 1-1 or even 2-1, you're in a good spot going into the easier side of the map for Pain. And it looks like they are going to be able to get at least the 1-1. There is still 2 minutes left to be able to get a kill, but or a bomb plant.
Yeah, as I was saying before, you know, Pain right now, if they go down 2-1, or even if it goes 1-1, they're okay with that. I mean, they've prevented themselves getting a 2-0, and they're going to have the easier side in the next round. So this is really eLevate's time to start, bucking it up. They need to really secure themselves the second bomb site. If they go over to the next round tied, I'm not too confident in them to be able to hold on to that. I mean, Pain, they did have a slow start, but you can see them really starting to pull it up. They're starting to get the frags underneath their belt. Spondus is waking up. We see Revolts, breaking even, but he is going to be breaking even. He's not going negative. And then, of course, Zig, 13 and 10. He's always been doing really well, especially as an objective player. So, they need to be careful. They can't really give too much up here. We do see that plant going down on top of that alpha site. Revolt's now coming back in with that G18. Gets picked up almost immediately. Zig coming around the backside. Spotting anybody out coming up from Statue. Will be able to see one. Takes him down. Beautiful job there on his part. They need to get in onto that defuse as quickly as possible. And there's the shots coming in from behind. And there's a trick that we haven't seen in a while. We actually spotted it out. I think it was in the first cup. But if you notice, we have mines set down on top of Alpha. And the whole purpose of that is to throw in one last-ditch nade to take out anybody that's around that bomb site. That's a very, very good strategy to have. Unfortunately, we don't see enough of it. But doesn't look like it's going to matter either way, as Pain Gaming will end up losing out in this last and final bomb site. 2-1 in favor here of eLevate.
Yeah, honestly, not much of a surprise. It's in a U.S. server. Excuse me. It's in a U.S. server. Like you said, eLevate plays this map well, and this is one of Pain's weaker maps. But remember, it is the same. Or it is the easier side of the map, and Pain has gone into it ahead. They have a bomb site. They're good. They're happy with themselves. I don't know how happy, but they should be happy with themselves, and they will. And they do have the chance of coming back and getting a 2-1 or a 2-0 to either force it in overtime or win it outright.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think that right now the best position right now, or the team that is in the best position, is Pain. They have the opportunity to go for a 3-2 in this very next round. And at the very least, I think they should be able to take it into overtime. I don't really see them. They may give up that B bomb site, but I really don't see them losing out on this particular round. At the least, I do see them being able to take maybe an overtime.
Yeah, but as we've seen, our predictions don't hold much weight. So we could very possibly see a 2-0 coming in for Pain to win the map over. Honestly, I don't see it happening, but there is always that possibility, and it is Pain. Like, they've done some pretty crazy crap in the past. So,
well, I think that Pain is actually 2-0'd eLevate for the last two cups, right?
Right.
Well, I know they did it in Cup 1 and Cup 2. I don't know if they did in Cup 3. But I know that they 2-0'd eLevate well. in Cup 1 and Cup 2. So they definitely have taken them right to the line and just beaten them. So, eLevate here, they have, I don't know if they have something to prove, but I mean, they haven't been too successful here in taking down Pain. Pain's always been able to come back. So, look who Pain has actually played today. Like, they haven't really had a team to really warm up against. I mean, they played Black Wolves. That was the only team they played against today. Nothing against Black Wolves, but I mean, URAN forfeited, so they didn't have a good warm up with URAN, and they're kind of going into this match cold because they had to wait long time. So I think maybe they're just shaking off the dust. I think we'll see a different URAN here in this next round.
I hope so. It'll definitely make things interesting. At least force an overtime.
So 11 seconds left on the clock before we get started here. eLevate swapping sides. They will be on the red side, the more difficult side than what we've had previously. We'll see if anybody's going to go in for a recon play. Yes, we do see Mystery here, which is probably going to be Fractal, who has played recon the majority of the time for this eLevate squad. But he's going to be playing the semi-position, spotting out both of those players, moving on in towards the bomb site itself. No engineer kit, so we're not going to be seeing any flying rockets across the map. And fairly slow right here, actually, over onto a semi-side. In fact, I don't think anybody actually stopped at block. No, we did. We have Pino, but he's just hiding. He's just hiding a little bit. We do have a fairly decent mid-push that's going to be coming from here. Psycho will be able to hold on to that. It's going to be Zig going down right away. And really up to Pain to not give up any kind of territory here. As we do see Psycho picking up the assist on one. That's going to be 2 down currently inside mid. eLevate starting to push a little bit more into this ground, and it looks like Zig will be able to take down Psycho. But in response, Spawnness and G-Re both getting taken out as well. Zig, though, holding strong, able to take down 2 more players. Psycho finally picking up Zig, but he does go down in the end. That's 4 down right now for eLevate. Payne with the bomb in hand. They're going to go ahead and move it down street side. It's going to be all up to, wow, Classic here in the backfield. But, you know, honestly, Classic is in the same position that we were talking about before. He's just nowhere to help out his teammates. We do see Buff trying to come in from main spawn. We have Maito also going to be over here onto street side. Where's that bomb actually going? They are going to be going for Alpha. Interesting. So normally we do see the teams going in for that B site first, but this time they're going in for A. Now, if they don't have control of escalators, this is going to be a really bad position for them to be in.
Yeah, and I don't really think they do have that great of a control over escalators, and the bomb gets defused, so I guess they didn't really have that great a control over escalators.
They needed a guy up in escalators very, very early on before they made that play. If you don't, that bomb carrier, or that bomb will be getting defused right from the start. You just can't see him through that smoke. It's very, very difficult. So fantastic job there, I'd have to say, from eLevate, but Payne giving up what could have been an early lead, or I'm sorry, tying it up and possibly going into an early lead here, but no, that's not going to be the case. G-Re dodging those nades like a pro, as we do see the bomb carrier now getting picked up. eLevate, see if they can survive there inside mid crate. It's not going to be the case. Gives up a lot of map control. Look at the map control that they're going to be giving up here.
Oh yeah, tons of map control going over into Payne's favor right now, and eLevate's going to be pushing up to try and mitigate how much map control they actually did give away. But the C site probably going to get planted right now.
Yeah, and you know, it's a shame that they are going to be going in for that C site, because that's really a site that you want to kind of leave. That's the one that you want to kind of leave for last if you can, just because it is so much easier to defend. But Mystery just doing a beast job, as well as Classic, taking down 3 players right there. Spawnness, the last one up for Payne. Bomb will be going back into the possession here of eLevate. As you do see Spawnness coming back from main. Zig also going to be over into the southern main spawn point. But yeah, that is definitely not a good position for Payne to be in. Once again, we are seeing eLevate still with that 2-1 advantage. And we need to be seeing, you know, something here from Payne. They need to start stepping it up a little bit. As we said before, you know, eLevate, they are very good on this map.
Yeah, they are, and Payne might not be their strongest, but Payne is still Payne. They're a great team, and they can make it work on pretty much any map. So, they need to, in my opinion, Payne needs to get at least 1 bomb plant and prevent any, and take it to an OT.
So right now we do see Buff trying to make his way up with the bomb in hand. 2 players still going to be up and alive on top of ledge. Mystery now going to be following up from behind. And he does see his teammates falling there right in front of that B site. No real position for them to push up in. And now he's the last player alive here as he gets pushed from both sides. Revolts easily taking down that last kill. Now it's going to be up to Payne once again to answer back. We do see eLevate, though, with some really good spawns in the backfield. They should be able to hold this off, I think, no problem. But, you know, Payne, they got to even it up. I mean, they have to even it up. They have to make sure that they can at least go into overtime. They got to get a bomb here. 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. And I know we've said that, you know, 5 minutes is a long time, but with the way this match is going, that's actually not a lot.
No, it's really not. And both these teams are extremely skilled, so they could keep each other basically in a tie forever. The gun skills are so even on both these teams.
And that's going to be a full squad wipe going down on top of eLevate. We do see Spawnness getting up for escalators, which is a power position on this particular map. Revolts is going to be set up as well in a forward position to stop any spawns coming over onto water side. One will be getting past him here in just a few seconds, but there you go. Spawnness picking up 2. He does eventually go down. Zig, though, coming around the backside. Oh! That would have been a beautiful play, but not able to make it happen. Zig does end up falling, but it does look like possibly that C site will be going in their favor. G-Re is set up to try and stall this out, and oh my god, he gets shot from behind. He didn't close the doors. You have to close those doors if you're going to be playing crates, and Spawnness also gets picks up, but the bomb will be going in their favor. We are going to be seeing a tie 2-2 overall. And this is where it gets interesting here. eLevate. They need to make sure that they prevent another bomb going down, obviously to stop any kind of win in favor of Pain. But at the same time, we need to be seeing Pain making sure that they don't let eLevate go in for a bomb, because that B site is still a fairly easy bomb site to go to.
Yeah, it definitely is. Still, the B bomb site is definitely one of the easier sites on this map and perhaps the game. So they need to be. So Pain does need to be careful.
And G3 coming around the backside will be able to pick up Mystery. Revives are going to be coming up. That's 3 down so far for eLevate. 3 down as well for Pain. So both teams really just going at each other's throat here. We have 41-41 for both kills on both teams for totals. So they are very, very close in terms of frags. Just a few there for deaths that are going to be making the difference, and those really come in just in favor of who's gotten the revives in and who hasn't. So G3 now getting the go-ahead from his teammates to go ahead and push up street side. We have a 3-man push going up through mid as well, but eLevate with all 5 alive will be able to stall that out.
Yeah, they should be able to, but one does get picked up. So I'm not sure where Pain's going to want to push right now. They don't have a lot of options, and they don't have a lot of time if they want to win this map out and not take it to an overtime.
Well, Pain has to get a squad wipe now. They have to get a squad wipe here in the next minute or so, or they're not going to be able to do much of anything at all. Mystery there doing a fantastic job of picking up Spawn as he does spot out the bomb carrier now, pushing in over here towards Statue. Gets taken out himself, so Pain with a little bit of a win there. But again, right now the positioning has to go for eLevate. You see him starting to wipe him up. Zig, last player alive. He spawns all the way back at main. 2 minutes and 21 seconds left. At this particular point in time, you know, honestly, I'm just trying to hope that my team doesn't give up that bomb site.
Yeah, like if they give up a bomb site now, it's pretty much GG's and eLevate is taking a map. So they really need to just stop them from getting that bomb plant, and that should be their main objective right now.
Absolutely. Spawn this now coming around the outside of mid, willing to go down himself. There's 3 players from eLevate set up in line of that bomb. You can see right now Zig spotting out 2 there onto crates. We'll be able to get that squad wiped. That's what we were talking about before. 1 minute and 40 seconds left on the clock as they're going to be pushing it down towards that Alpha or Bravo site. Honestly, B is going to be a very, very tough site to actually hold on to. Probably going to go for A. You see Zig heading on over towards that direction. eLevate now flooding on in to showroom floor. And we do see those initial frags coming in for Pain. That's 3 down right now for eLevate. Make that 4. Mystery, the only one left up and alive. He's over here next to A, which will provide some really good spawn points for his team. And he's looking at taking down Zig. Will finally be able to get that kill. And the spawns are going to be flooding on in here for eLevate, as we need to make sure that Pain has a really good positioning there on top of that Alpha site. Pino is going to be set up as well. 57 seconds left. We are going to be seeing basically the last potential chance here for a bomb to go down. If this one goes off, there is no time for eLevate to answer back, as we do see Pino now just hunting around for players inside that Alpha site. And Spawnus is going to be set up on the showroom as well, picking up players coming out of main spawn. And this is looking like we are going to be seeing a Pain Gaming win here. As I said before, no time to answer back. Fantastic job, as that is going to be a 3-2 in favor of Pain.
Definitely a close match. That was probably the closest match we've seen yet today. So hats off to Pain for bringing that back. It looked really, really dark for them at the beginning of this match, and they brought it back. Like I said, it is Pain. They've done some crazy stuff in the past, and they're continuing to do some crazy stuff. So just hats off to them for that round.
Honestly, though, I don't think it would have been the case. Had Pain actually played URAN, I really think that we would have seen just Pain really just taking the win overall. I really don't think it would have been much of a match. I mean, Pain was playing cold. You know, they had one team to play against tonight. One. That was it. You know, they had no real warm-up before this. And yeah, you can say, well, they scrimmed or they did that. Scrims are not the same as matches. You know as well as I do. They're just not the same. So for them to be able to come into there, play like they did, fantastic job on their part. And I think that it would have been more towards Pain had we have seen them actually playing URAN previously.
Yeah, I think, like you said, they were playing cold, and playing cold is never a good thing. Just ask any competitive FPS player, and they they did a good job for playing cold. They did a really good job for playing cold, and heating up later in the match. They were able to pretty much take it there, take it in the second round of that map. So definitely shows them heating up.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. I had to go close my door real quick. But, yeah, whatever Robot said, completely agree.
I might have just said you're the worst caster ever, and you wouldn't even know.
That's fine. All right, so we are going to be swapping servers here, guys. Take a few moments for these players to jump on in. Hopefully not too long. But while we're waiting, make sure you head on over to the website, play.eslgaming.com/battlefield. Sign up for our cups, 1v1 jets, tanks, little birds, as well as our 2v2 choppers and TDM cups, and of course our 5v5 night cups on Thursdays, as well as our 5v5 cups on Sundays for Go 4. Winter season will be starting up very shortly. Hopefully we'll get some information here pretty soon. If you want to make sure that you do catch that information, though, you can head on over to our Twitter, ESL Battlefield. Make sure you follow us there, as well as our Facebook page. We'll let you know when signups are open and when any other news that is relevant to you guys is going to be popping up. And if you are a console player, we do have console cups as well for Xbox One and PlayStation 4, so make sure you do check that out when your platform choice does pop up on the website. Get involved in the forums. We absolutely would appreciate your input, and if you guys have any suggestions, and we can, if it's within our power, we will absolutely try and implement them to make your experience as good as possible. Alright, so just waiting in for these last guys to join on up. Shouldn't take too awful long. I think we have all of Payne, about half of Payne join in. But
while we are waiting, I would like to say a congratulations to Uran Fire for winning the second Global Tank Cup today. So congratulations to him.
Awesome. Well, there you go. I told you guys we had 1v1 Tank Cups. You didn't believe me, but we did. Actually, I've never played in a Tank Cup. I know we had some Tank Cups back in Battlefield 3. Did you ever play in any of those?
No, I didn't. I really only got to Battlefield 3 like the last July of the game. Like the July before Battlefield 4 came out, I got my PC basically.
Yeah, I never actually played in any of the PC, or not PC. I never played in any of the Tank Cups. I know there was a, I think there was like a 3v3 Tank Cup going down on the armored maps. What was it? Armor kill maps?
Yeah, for tank superiority.
Yeah. I didn't actually go play in any of those. I did watch a couple of them in spectator mode. It was pretty interesting. Reminded me a lot of like World of Tanks and stuff. But yeah, never actually played in them. I'm kind of curious to see how that would play out. I am not an armored player, so I'd probably get the living crap stomped out of me.
Yeah, in Battlefield 3 versus Battlefield 4 for tank 1v1s, it's a lot different. Battlefield 3, if you got shot at first, you could rep up the reactive panel and be good to go again, back in full fighting condition. Whereas in Battlefield 4, like, there's no reactive, you just have APS, and it's not always the most reliable thing, but it works most of the time. So it really comes down to timing your APS and making sure, and mainly making sure that you get the first shot off.
I always thought that Battlefield 3 took a better skilled tanker. Like, especially when we played 8v8s, like, you could tell if you had a skilled tanker or if you just had a guy that was sitting in, right? Because, I mean, the way the reactive panels worked, the way you could position your tank to take less damage, I mean, just all of that came together, when to rep, when not to rep. I mean, it felt like it took a lot more skill to tank back in that game than it did in Battlefield 4.
Yeah, I feel that way as well, but I also feel like there are some aspects where the skill level is higher in Battlefield 4. Like, for awareness, I feel like your skill level has to be higher. You have to have better awareness than you did in Battlefield 3, just because you don't have that rear reactive panel to save you from getting a rear hit. And when you get rear hit in this game, you can't move the bottom of the tank, whereas in Battlefield 3, you could move the bottom of the tank. So that's basically your rear hit, you're stuck there, and you're probably going to get another rear hit coming in. So you're probably dead. If you let somebody get behind you, you're pretty much dead. Whereas in Battlefield 3, whereas in Battlefield 3, if you got hit in the back, blew the reactive armor, and all of a sudden, oh, there's somebody behind me, put a tank shell in their face.
Yeah, but the problem with Battlefield 3, and I know you guys are loving this argument going back and forth, or discussion rather, going back and forth about old games and tank play, which has absolutely no bearing on what we're actually casting tonight. But anyways, but the thing with Battlefield 3 was that if you went down to 50%, you were immediately immobilized. Or it's not the case for Battlefield 4. It depends on where you're hit in Battlefield 4, whether you get immobilized or not. So I would argue that it's actually harder in Battlefield 3 because you have to choose when you actually push up. In even a halfway decent 8v8 team with rockets can take out a tank from moving anywhere. I mean, you really, really had to be on your game in a tank in order to do anything at all, especially if they got behind you. Even with that one panel being able to be taken off, the map, and the other thing too is the maps were designed in such a way that it's not like in Goldwood Railway where you can just back up for 1,000 feet and be safe. I mean, you were stuck in a city-type environment. You had a lot smaller maps, and you really, really had to know where your positioning was.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. But one thing that when you get below 50, you can still move. You're just crawling in Battlefield 3. So you can still escape.
That's worse than crawling, buddy. I was a backup tank driver. Okay, I drove on Nasher and I drove on highway. That shit, you're barely moving at all. You were screwed if you got 50%.
Yeah, that's true. But and the maps really do lend themselves to tankers in this game. I feel like the Goldwood Railway, the Zabot, the Road Transmission, especially Road Transmission. I believe I have the record for most kills ever in an 8v8 by a tank driver at 64 kills in one game with my tank, and it's just because the maps are so open. There's no cover for infantry, and the tanks can just have free reign pretty much. And so I was able to go 64-1.
I agree. I think that Battlefield 4 was definitely weighted towards vehicles. But in other news, we do have a little bit of an update here from the admin. So TSC is officially disbanded. So they are no more. So we are not going to be seeing a three-way tie happening from those guys, as they do not really matter. So I think that means that we're just I don't think we have a tie anymore. I think that kind of just finishes it up, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Let me count here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that pretty much just sums it up. So darn! No mini playoffs. That just breaks my heart right there. I was so looking forward to that. It just shot me down. Thanks a lot, Winner, for bringing me such bad news. No, he's a fantastic admin, and he's so lovable. Anywho's, so oh man. So right now we are going to be on Paracel Storm for our very next match, and I noticed that some of you guys were like, "What is the match still at 0-0?" It's not. We do have one map win for Pain Gaming. I've just not thrown it up on there because I don't know which side they're going to be playing on yet. But that will be happening here in just a few moments. But yeah, Paracel Storm, we have seen this map already once before. We were talking about how hard it is to actually defend the bomb site once you do get it planted. It's very, very difficult to defend. And we've seen a lot of back and forths, especially on those alpha sites. We've seen more success, I would have to say, on the Bravo and Charlie sites than we have any of them, especially for the red side of the map. Or I'm sorry, if you're attacking the red side of the map, it's a lot easier to go for B or C, it seems like, and hold them than it is for A. Which I'll see if that's going to be holding true here on this game. But this is going to be Pain Gaming's pick, which you have to think is going to be giving them an advantage. And we're going to be on a Brazilian server. And I believe that everybody except for Maito is North American on eLevate. So while I don't like to point out that there is a ping difference, it does slightly impact the game. It does, I'll have to admit. But overall, I think that the advantage is probably going to be going for Pain here.
Yeah, I would say so. We saw them win out last map. Coming back, they were cold at the beginning. You could almost really tell the way they were shooting. They were cold. And you came back, and they were their own dominant selves again. So I'm so I'm just thinking that this is going to go back into the favor of Pain. So yeah.
So yeah, Pain Gaming has the win from both of us. I think that Pain should be able to take this as well. I don't really see eLevate answering back. Now, we have seen eLevate with some very close games on this match, especially when Baki is in top form. We have seen them doing a very, very good job. Baki really, really putting the heat up in terms of frags. We'll see if that's going to be the case here this game. But as we've stated before, you know, just because you're able to put up a massive amount of numbers up there doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be able to win the match. I mean, your team has to be able to pull their weight, and we'll see if that's going to be the case this time. Do we have everybody in server? We are counting down right now. Is this live? Alright, so we are going to be live here. Winner has already confirmed it, our lovely admin for this evening. And yeah, we should be going getting started here. Pain is going to be on the red side, the Chinese side, and eLevate will be on the north side. As far as sides here, do you have any preference?
I think the red side, sorry, because they get the building cover first. They can sort of set up inside the buildings. That's why we usually see rockets coming out from the blue side to take down these buildings.
Yeah, we will be seeing rockets coming out for sure for the blue side. It's going to be Baki with rockets in hand. We do see revolts as well with the rockets. Going to be using those as well, so really curious to see where he's going to be going. But we don't see a very heavy push coming over here towards the east side of the map. In fact, we do see that very aggressive play from Pain Gaming, as it's going to be Spawnness leading that charge going up towards the bomb site in hand. And he is going to be with his teammate Pino to try and make that happen. Taking quite a bit of damage here, has to back on up. eLevate doing a fairly decent job of holding strong here. Pino, though, will be able to pick up a kill onto the west side of the map. He's spotting out Maito there, but unfortunately can't shoot him through the fence just yet. Will be able to remedy that, though, as Jiri picks up a kill onto Psycho. And that is going to be a really, really good play right now from Pain Gaming. Looks like they are going to be going over towards that alpha site. Wipe will be coming in. And just look how aggressive Pino is being right now.
Yeah, very aggressive right now. He's pushed up pretty much into their spawn. He is able to take out the one. And then, but the rest of the team is set up really aggressively. Isn't set up as aggressively. So Pino falls. What did I just witness from Pino?
Oh my god, he's taking out 3 players in their spawn right now. And he's going to be finally taken down, but my god, they knew he was there, and they still could not do anything about it. Spawnness will be set up right behind him, though, as we see them starting to come on out. Mystery does get taken down. We are going to be seeing Spawnness now backing on up. 2 players will be up above him, but 4 players are alive currently for Uran. Revolts gets a kill of his own, and yeah, I think this is going to be a 1 point on the board right now for Pain Gaming.
Yep, and there it goes. So definitely a great hold from Pain Gaming. Sorry, a great hold from Pino to hold that off in their spawn. I think we were both on him when he went off like that, so that worked out. But that was weird. That was nutty. So
that was just eLevate leaving down their guard.
Yeah.
Pino did a fantastic job of taking advantage of that. We do see Maito, though, taking out Pino, trying to do the exact same thing. And, you know, honestly, this does not surprise me a bit. We've seen Pino when he is playing on eLevate, when he played on Sponsorless. He's always been an extremely aggressive player, and he has the guns to back it up. And, you know, you put him with a squad that can back him up as well. That is a recipe for a beast of a player right there, and he is going to be that X factor for Pain, it looks like, as we will be seeing him 7-3, topping the scoreboard so far. Mystery still up and alive right now inside Bravo buildings. He does spawn out a push that's going to be probably coming up from below here in just a few moments. Oh, he's just a little bit slow there on the trigger. Finally does take down Pino. And you can see Pino just not letting up on the throttle here. We do have eLevate all alive still so far. The bomb is currently neutral. Nobody getting a hold of it just yet, but 3 going down for Payne. Make that 4, as Revolts will be the last player left up and alive. He's not really anywhere near the bomb site just yet. And look at this, eLevate pretty much going to be getting a free plant here if they hurry up, as we do see Revolts using over onto that engineer kit. Nice pickup with the G18 to take out 2. That's going to limit it down to only 2 players alive right now. The bomb making his way over here towards that Bravo site. Full squad wipe coming in. Jiri and Zig both taking down the last player. Bomb in hand for Payne. And look at Revolts right now, just pushing straight on in here towards that Bravo's Charlie site. This is going to be a very good hold if he can get some initial frags going in, and he is going to be able to do just that. Baki going down, and that's going to be Psycho as well. 2 more frags underneath his belt, and he's going to be continuing on this rampage as a 3rd goes down for eLevate. Can he make it a 4th? Not quite. Spawnus will be trying to pick up the slack there, but Payne, they are definitely on the roll. They have the momentum in their favor. The plant will go down. There is no stopping it whatsoever. And you can just see how far forward that Payne is pushed up right now. They're going to be able to get several of these frags before eLevate can really answer back.
Oh, yeah, definitely. They are pushed up so far and so aggressively. And they planted the C site, which is one of the easier sites to stop a defuse on. So they should be golden and be taking this first round 2-0.
Spawnus right now looking for anybody trying to push on in from that B tower. Not finding anybody just yet. eLevate, though, slowly but surely, they are going to be pushing down, and I really want to see what Spawnus is going to do here. He is not going to get that initial frag. Oh, not looking good here right now, as we do see Revolts throwing in that nade just to make sure that nobody's going to be able to get onto that defuse just yet. Nice pickup there, but they have that head glitch, which is just oh so devastating. But oh my god, they did get taken down. Mystery there with a really good 2-piece in Payne. Just not in the best of positions there. Will not be able to hold on. So eLevate staying alive here in this round. What could have been basically a 5-minute 2-0.
Yeah, I think Payne got a little bit too aggressive. They got a little bit too ahead of themselves. And basically just really let themselves get caught out of position by eLevate.
So right now, Spawnus going to be coming up on the east side of the map. He will be able to spot out one inside trench. Nice frag there. Going back and forth, 2-2 as we do see Winta and Baki still alive. Bomb now in the hands here of Payne. They're going to be going back for another replant on C side, it looks like. This time they won't have as much control. They didn't get that squad wipe going down, which means that they're not going to have that free plant pretty much to set up on. In fact, Zig and Jiri both set up in the same exact position, as we do see Pino getting taken down there. Revolts making his way over here towards mid. But honestly, right now, Payne not in the best position overall. We do see Revolts the most forward player alive currently. But the biggest problem right now, I would have to say, is that they're going to be getting collapsed on here pretty quickly in this building. A couple of rockets are going to be able to do a massive amount of damage. Mystery is going to be still up and alive with the bomb in hand. As you go for the reset, it doesn't make it just in time. So we could be seeing Maito maybe going for the reset, but Pino, if he can make it in time, that will put them in a fairly decent position to go for another plant.
Yeah, well, they'll be so far, they'll be so aggressively pushed up, and they'll be right on top of basically the C bomb site if they can get to that bomb. But I don't think that's going to happen right now. Mystery, though, going to be able to pick up at least one of those frags, or gets picked up rather. Jiri doing a fairly decent job of holding strong there. The bomb in hand. We do see some good trades going back and forth. Winta still going to be up and alive right now. And he knows... Oh, that nade, nice nade
on top of his head. Get out of there, Spawnus. And Winta looking like they will be able to clear out the hill. Once again, another defuse going down. But wait, we have Jiri now coming in from the backside. He's going to be able to pick up Winta, who is up in that very dominant position on top of the hill. Picks up a second one. Yes, he does. No, his teammate blocks it just for a few moments. He does get the second kill finally. And he gets the revive as well. So Payne able to keep that bomb back into the possession here, or back in the backside rather, of eLevate spawn. Baki might go in for a reset. I'm not too sure. Yes, he does. But look at that map control there. Oh, that map control there from Payne. All 5 are up and alive. We do see Spawnus pushed up extremely aggressive right now. And every single one of these kills that Payne gets is really just just going to be on top. But, oh my god, they're slowly but surely getting wiped out. Zig now making his way across map. We'll be able to take down at least one there on top of tower. But eLevate doing a really good job of just coming in as a huge wave and taking them out.
Yeah, definitely. eLevate just collapsing in on the mass that was Pain Gaming and able to take everybody out, and now they're going to be transferring over, making a quick plant of their own with 1:30 left on the clock.
So we see now the plant going down on top of that alpha site. 3 players going down for eLevate. That's going to be a very quick diffuse going in. 1:17 seconds left on the clock. We should be seeing a 1-0 at the least. I don't really feel like eLevate has it in them to go for a last-second plant. If anything, it's going to be Pain that might be able to get onto the board once again. We do have Wintoss spotting him out, though. Taking down the bomb carrier, yes. So there's an opportunity here, but Pain does have a couple of players set up inside Bravo buildings. Wintoss going to try and back on up just a little bit, provide his teammates as much cover as possible. Pino, though, has other plans about that. We'll be able to take out Maito. Revolt's picking up Wintoss, and there's a second one coming in here as well as Pino takes out Mystery, but the nade a little bit too strong on the AoE there. We'll be able to take him out. Pain now with bomb in hand, 34 seconds left. Do you think we're going to be seeing a plant here?
It's going to be close, but I do think Pain is going to go in for it. They're going to have the map control to do it, in my opinion.
Oh, look at Revolt coming around the backside, picks up one. Not going to be able to get the second one, though. Taking a page out of Pinga's book and trying to use that AUG, as we do see 12 seconds left. There is an opportunity here for him to go for the plant. It is going to be so close right now. 6 seconds, 5 seconds. Yes, the plant goes down. There's a G18 kill to finish it up. That's going to be 4 down right now for eLevate. All 5 players are alive for Pain, and they're going to be pushing so aggressively up right now on top of this spawn. Revolts, though, goes down almost instantly when he gets into position. It's a second player getting picked up as well. Not looking so hot here for the hold, as we do have Pain slowly but surely getting picked up. Zig taking down Maito, though. That is definitely going to be helping him out quite a bit. Anybody getting onto the defuse is going to be up to Mystery here to try and make that play. It is currently 4 all. And that is going to be Mystery going down. Anybody getting onto the defuse. Wintoss does get picked up. Baki making his way at the last second. Gets a rocket right to the face. And we are going to be seeing a 2-0 in round number 2 going in here for Pain, as they completely locked down that last site. Took them a while, but they did finally lock it down. 10 minutes and 38 seconds there was that last bomb going down. And overall, a fairly even game in terms of frags. It did start out heavily favoring, I think, Pain. Pino opening up with a 6-2, looking so darn good, getting that very first bomb site underneath their belt. But eLevate was able to recover, but in the end, just not enough.
No, it wasn't enough. You really have to bring your A game versus Pain if you're eLevate. And I just don't know if they did. They let Pino run rampant in their spawn for about 2 minutes. For about 1.5 minutes, or I should say. And they couldn't clean him up. And I think it was a lack of communication from eLevate, or either that or a lack of hit registration. I'm not either one. They are on the
I don't know. The
server.
positioning, though, that we saw Pain in several times, that was just good positioning.
Oh yeah, definitely great positioning coming out from Pain. One of the better teams at setting up and holding a position is Pain. And then when they need to go on the offensive, they have that fragging power, and that is, in my opinion, what makes them such a good team.
Well, I feel like that's probably the best, especially on A, the way they defended that is probably the best way to defend that bomb. You push up as far as you possibly can. You saw Pino basically right in their face on their spawn. Was able to pick up 3 kills. You saw Spawnness also fairly aggressive as well. I mean, he's right to the left of that B tower. And I think it was Spawnness. But both of those players pushed up extremely aggressive. And what that does is it slows down any kind of advance that's going to be coming up towards that bomb site. So by the time they actually get to that A site, they don't have a whole lot of time to get on the defuse. And the players that ended up dying as eLevate was making their way up towards that alpha site should be spawning back in to reinforce. And just overall, I think that is the way that you should defend those A sites. Just be extremely aggressive and make sure that you're fighting forward of the bomb site instead of on it.
Yeah, if you're fighting on the bomb site, it's easy to get wiped off and lose the site, as we saw. I believe it was Verta versus Snow that we saw on this map. Yeah, it was. It's really easy to lose this site if you are fighting on the site, if that makes sense.
So we are going to be having 37 seconds left before we get started for this potentially last round. I mean, it's already 1-0 in terms of mats per pain. Would not be surprised overall. I think that we mentioned before that at least in the very first 1 and 2 cups of this season, we have seen a 2-0 both times for Pain versus eLevate. So, you know, it wouldn't be surprising me whatsoever to see another 2-0 coming in here, as eLevate really struggling here on this Pacific, oh my god, Storm map. So, one bomb site will basically end this out for Pain. That's all they have to do. They have to get one bomb site, game over for eLevate. eLevate, they have to get 2 bomb sites themselves and prevent a bomb going down for Pain to take it into overtime. So they don't even win the map. They don't even win the map if they get a 2-0 in this round. So they have a lot of pressure here to try and take it into overtime. And to open it up, Pino taking down Maito, already set up on Solo House.
Yeah, and that's a dangerous position for Pino to be in, definitely for eLevate, because it basically he can stop almost any push coming in.
We do see eLevate wrap around just a little bit there on the bomb carrier. Spawnus does get taken down. We do have Jiri trading out with Maito, but eLevate, they do have possession of the bomb in hand, and they are set up in a fairly decent position to go for either B or C. We do have spawns coming back from main. There's the retreat coming in here from Zig, as he will be able to pick up at least one of those frags before he makes his way back towards that tower or that C site. And Zig finally does end up getting picked up. We do have Mystery, though, trying to play a little bit of dipping and diving and dodging here, as he did see the spawns coming back in for Pain. Not liking what he saw, so he's going to be making his way towards that alpha site. Probably the best decision there. Just had 3 players up for Pain. But Jiri does get caught out into the open, so not a terrible start here for eLevate.
No, definitely not. They got that quick bomb plant. They basically reversed the damage that Pino had done by getting into Solo House. And now they have the bomb down, and they're fighting on the site, which is something that we just mentioned that we don't like to see. But it might work out for them this time.
We do see Pino able to take down Maito from afar with that G18. And that is going to be a full squad wipe going down. So Pain getting the bomb in hand once more. Psycho will be able to push on up. Now here's a problem, though. If we do see Pain getting control of the site here on C, just like that, eLevate is going to have such a difficult time of coming in and trying to hold this off. You really, really need to get onto this flank, waterside flank, in order to hold this down. Maito, though, will be able to pick up Pino. Can he pick up the bomb carrier here? He has been able to spot him out, but no, bomb carrier will be able to see him. 2 down, 3 down right now for eLevate. Psycho will be setting up inside Solo House. This will give them a decent, not a perfect, but a decent push-off point. As we do see Psycho right now using, what is he using right now? This is the M416 rather variant. Probably going to be Supreme. Supreme usually uses the M16 in the past that we've seen him playing. And that's going to be Pino. Oh, look at the snapshot right there. Able to get the head of Mystery. No problem. Now down to only 2 players. Seaside has been planted. We do see Psycho trying to stay up and alive as much as possible. We'll be using that engineer kit. Don't know if that's the best choice here in this situation, but they've got to figure out something here to get that defuse as quickly as possible, or it is all going to be over. Psycho will be getting onto the defuse right now. We do see just at the last second the frags coming in. That will be Zig with a nice 2-piece spawn nest. We'll be able to pick up another one as well, and that is going to be GG, my friends. A 3-0 going in for the second map, as we are going to be calling it there for the semifinals match. That's our second 2-0, I believe it was, for the day, too. But fantastic job, I'd have to say. Back and forth, but in the end, it was Pain all day long. As we said before, these guys, they are the second best team right now overall. And with the addition of Pino, that's just going to help them out even more. We are going to be seeing a finals, though, with, I believe it's got to be sponsorless in Pain. Like, no way Slap
If it's
actually,
not,
Fit
I'm
for
gonna
Fight
be.
actually beat them.
If
If
it's
they
not, I'm gonna
did,
be
Fit for
surprised.
Fight, my new favorite team. Yeah, right now we don't have the results there for Fit for Fight and Sponsorless, but eLevate and Pain, that is going to be ending right now. We are going to be seeing Pain moving on up into the finals. Once again, can they break this curse that they seem to be under? Forever second for Pain. Back when they were URAN, they were forever second. Now they're struggling once again with Sponsorless. Sponsorless still proving that they are the best of the best. If you guys do not know, Sponsorless is previously known as Dexterity. They are still looking for an organization, and the fact that they haven't picked up an organization in the last month is a surprise to me. But nonetheless, they are going to be possibly making up into the finals as well. So definitely stick around, guys. We have a best of 5 coming in here. Pain versus the winner of Fit for Fight and Sponsorless coming up here in just a few more seconds. But before we end up actually leaving, make sure you guys do sign up on our Twitter account. Make sure you do follow us on Twitter as well as our Facebook page. And make sure you follow the channel, as we'll be going live next week. Or next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, for Group A and Group B. We will be taking the top 8 teams, and we will be whittling that down to 4 going into the playoffs for the 8th to see who's going to be going into Germany for that offline final. So make sure you do tune in next weekend. You can make sure you do follow us. Hit that button down below. We'll give you an email notification. And yeah, so anyways, guys, we're going to take a quick little break, and we'll see you here in a few moments. Don't go anywhere.